This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Van Tull, powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest-running online community newsletter since 2008.
Welcome to Chew on This Detroit. I am your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and we have a very special guest today. But before we get started, I wanted to talk about a few events that are coming up in Wayne County. We have our Senior Fest. If you're interested in hanging out and having fun, we actually have 2 dates, and I'm going to tell you about those dates in a little bit, but just wait around for that. Also, let me introduce you to my guest,
Carmen Carter.
Yes, long time. We've been hanging out for a very long time. And she knows all about media and cars. So she's going to tell you a little bit more about herself, Miss Carmen. And yeah, tell us a little bit more.
And my name is Carmen Carter, and I'm the founder and the CEO of the National Motorsports Association that began in 1996. Just a few years ago, 3 to be exact, we started what we call the Engine Building Boot Camp, where we provide an opportunity for youth to learn how to disassemble and assemble engines, to come at, and to get some hands-on opportunity to kind of explore whether they like automotive or whether they are considering becoming a race car driver. This platform gives them the opportunity to really very up close and personal understand how they may fit into that world. And some of our youth come in wanting to be race car drivers, but it's a lot to it. And it all begins with the engine and understanding what that assembly and disassembly looks like. And it's been wonderful. This year we will celebrate the 3rd year of doing the engine building boot camp right here in Wayne County, and where we've also have service students in Oakland and Macomb. Mm-hmm. We are a nonprofit organization, and as such, you know, we're open to all, and we understand that youth really like the opportunity to work with their hands. And it seems that the young men in particular, ages 14 to 24, and this year also we have a program that starts at the 8th, 9th, and 10th grades, and they really are excited about putting their hands on an engine. Some are saying that they have, for the first time, put their hands on an engine. And, you know, many of our young people do not drive for various reasons, so we know that there's a serious shortage of engineers and mechanics, technicians in the automotive industry. And so it is our attempt to, create that pipeline or to continue the pipeline that we've established. It'll be some years though before we get the fruits of that, but the younger they start, the better they are. And as a former HR recruiter in the automotive industry, I had the opportunity to interview maybe hundreds of engineers and mechanics, and the bottom line is usually how young did they start, because it is a hands-on kind of a thing.
Yes, I remember when I was in high school, you know, we had vocational classes where you can actually go, and I think we still have a couple of those programs like Randolph, but it seems like not like they used, used to be.
Not by far. Breithaupt Career and Technical Center is the only and the longest running program in the city of Detroit that offers automotive
So it's
mechanics.
Not Randolph anymore?
Randolph does maybe welding and
okay, so more of that. Okay.
But they also do construction and
right.
a number of other things.
Other skill trades.
Right. But Breithaupt been dedicated to the automotive industry at least over 30 years that I know about.
Right.
And they do a good job over there. This year, I'm understanding that a good number of their students pass what they call the ASE certification. That is certification that is recognized statewide and countrywide. You have the more you have, the more marketable you are. And we do know that automotive skills are high-paying jobs, and
Yes,
we are really wanting to push that, because that's what our youth need. We have many of our youth running to restaurants, and I'm always cringing, because I mean it's a great start, but we should really steer our youth to better paying jobs so they can
Definitely
be more contributor to their community and to their families.
right. So this event that you're having actually is a boot camp. It's in my district, which is a great thing.
Yes.
So I'm definitely going to push this summer discovery of engine building boot camp. Tell us a little bit more about it.
It will
Mhm.
begin on June 29th, and it will run through August the 3rd, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we're going to hold it at North Rosedale Park Civic Association, right inside of that community center, and we will have access to the grounds over there to do a number of things indoors and outdoors, including bringing engines so that they can actually disassemble one and put one back together. And a part of this program is professional skills development class that would help them, that will help them, ready them for the workforce.
Okay.
And yes, they should be thinking about it now, because before you know it,
It'll be here.
It'll be
here. June is right around the corner, right?
We also do STEM-based math and literacy integration. I mean, math is very important, and so is literacy. So we have the first half of the day we spend on those two subjects, and then the latter half of the day we do other fun things, and also it will include motorsports fundamentals for those youth that really appreciate that opportunity, because it's really nothing else like this program in the city of Detroit that are putting students in line with the intricacies and the fundamentals of what it takes to participate in motorsports. Now, motorsports is very broad, but usually when youth are thinking about motorsports, they're thinking about race cars. They're thinking about driving a race car.
Right.
And it's very lucrative, very high-paying jobs, and so it's whatever their heart desire when it comes to automotive. So,
Okay. And how do they get involved in it? And what is there a grade level, or how do they need to be? And what does the overall programming look like?
well, the program is free. And,
Oh,
and we include-
Free. Did you all hear
It's
that? Free for what?
for students entering the 8th, 9th, and 10th grade.
8th, 9th, and 10th grade.
Come September.
And it's important to start them early.
Mhm.
So this is a free program in the summer. What time do they, the sessions?
Session goes from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, lunch is provided.
And that's Monday through Friday.
Yes.
So if you all are looking for summer opportunities for your young people, 8th through the 10th grade, we're starting them young. This is a great free opportunity. So make sure you share it with anyone that you know that might be interested in this program. It starts June 29th through
August the 3rd.
August the 3rd.
That is
All
correct.
right.
Now, this
Mhm.
program is one that has been sponsored by the Summer Discovery and the Balmer and the United Way. And as such, we are providing those STEM-based math and literacy program where these kids will be tested coming in, and then we'll do our diligence. We have certified teachers who will come in and make sure that they grow from day one until the day that they graduate, or there will be a certificate presentation,
Mhm.
and we will invite the
Yes.
parents and
This is
Detroit.
wonderful. I mean, just to know that it's in Detroit, locally, right at North Rosedale Park Community House. So it's easy to get to. Young people have something constructive to do during the summer. We want that. We need that. And it's going to help them at least get some experience in the area of engines and building engines, engineering, period. This is part of getting them into that mindset. So they have professional skill development, STEM-based math and literacy, engine disassembly and assembly, motor sports fundamentals, and it's going to be fun for them. And again, we don't have the programs like we used to, and this is one that Carmen is spearheading. And tell me, how did you end up in this realm? Because I know you come from a media background, so how did you get in this space?
Well, it was 1996 during the 100 year of the car, and I visited my old neighborhood near Northwestern High School. And
Did you go to Northwestern?
I did for my first 2 years of high school, but I graduated from Osborne. My last year was in Osborne High School.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So what happened was I saw this gentleman up under the hood of the car. It looks like the same car he was under maybe 30 years prior. And I thought he was stuck, and I'm like, oh my God, that could be me.
Stuck under the car.
he was stuck.
Right.
Yeah. And so I approached him and I asked him, I said, it's like the same car you've been working on for years. What's up with that? And he goes, oh no, he says, that's all I do is work on cars, but I got 5 cars and I race all over the country. You know, we go up to Milan and, you know, me and my buddies, and we just have a good time. And he says, I'm an artist and I play instruments. He says, so sometimes I'm doing shows. He says, I'm very active. And I'm like, wow. I said, you got 5 cars? He said, yeah, they're in the backyard. I said, wow. I said, so I'm thinking that maybe men are not doing all that much, but they're hidden in the backyard and in the garages, and they're working on their masterpiece so that they can win the next race or the next or the next car competition or just a cruise. And from there, you know, he sent me to Harold Martin and Hollywood Sam and one of the Dots and Etta's sons, I can't think of his name right now, sent me to those 3 and see if they would support the organization. And they said they would. All right. And they would do it 100%. And that's exactly what they did. And until Hollywood Sam, he passed in 2013. And in his honor, we have been hosting a car show in his honor at the Detroit Automobile.
Yes, I attended once before.
Yeah, so we've had anywhere from 12 to 50 cars. And actually we've had a lot of spin-offs from where we started. So we're going to do something next year a little bit different. Okay. Because it's really caught on, and it's mostly men still, but it's really, when it's all said and done, it's all about the car.
Well, I told you that I would be very interested in it, but I guess I got to get me a fancy car first, right? A classic car. Well, and speaking of Retford Township, in which I represent, they're having a 2nd annual cruising at Retford Township Community Festival. So that's going to be Sunday, June 14th from 1 to 5. So if you're interested in cruising, Retford Township is having an event. If you want additional information on this event, it's going to be at Bell Creek Park, right at 5 Mile, but you can email retfordfestivals@gmail.com. retfordfestivals@gmail.com. And I would love to participate in this. Maybe by then I'll have me a car, a classic car. I've always wanted a convertible 1968 Mustang. Yeah, you know. So we'll see what happens. I did have a Shelby Mustang at one time, convertible, but it was a newer model. So I would love to have one.
Action word is convertible. I think when it comes to cruises,
yes,
it makes it lots of fun.
Yes, it does. It does. So maybe that's something we can work on and getting some folks out to this one.
Absolutely.
Now, do your organization meet like monthly? Like if someone wanted to get involved in being a part of the cruising and classic car family, how would they do that?
But they can visit nmadetroit.org.
Say that one more time.
N as in Nancy,
Okay.
M as in Mary, E as in Apple, Detroit spelled out, .org. You can complete the contact application there and your interest, and we will definitely give you a call back. The same thing if you are wanting to.
What does that stand for?
National Motorsports Association.
Okay. Detroit.org. Okay.
And so it's
NMADetroit.org.
That's
okay.
correct.
That's what that stands for.
And again, that's where same thing. You can visit the website and send your interest to through that website to join, to sign up for the boot camp for the 8th, 9th, and 10th graders. So parents, send me a note, and then I will send you the QR code and get you signed up. And so the spots are starting to fill up, so make sure that you go ahead and get started. I do want to mention my partners, Curry.
And it's free. Don't forget, you all.
It is free.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with Curry Motorsports and I Am My City. They have worked with us the entire time that we have been working with the boot camp. So that started in 2021 with a pilot program with Martin Motorsports, and we've kind of moved on and done a few other things, and we are looking to expand all the programs. Both Curry and I Am in the City, they have other youth programs, and we're kind of all working together because it does take a team.
All right.
It takes a team.
It does, and anything that you do. You know what? This past weekend, we were all at the NAACP dinner. What did you think about it this year?
It was fascinating. What I found most fascinating was all the youth that were there. They were in uniform and they were running things, and then they did this great
greeters
ensemble.
And they had a program put together.
Yes.
That really was powerful, I thought.
I thought so too. It called it I Am Somebody.
I Am Somebody, because it was really about celebrating the life of Jesse Jackson. So Reverend Jesse Jackson, we all know that he passed away, and this dinner was in honor of his life. Yeah, we had some very special guests there this time around, and every year
Yes.
Yeah, they have politicians there, so yeah, it was a great turnout, and lots of people. Right, is the largest sit-down dinner.
Well, they hold the record.
Yes.
The Guinness
Yes.
World Records.
Yes. So
10,000 seats
right.
at one point.
Right. At one point, that's right. But it was still a lot of folks there.
Absolutely.
This time around. A lot of good information over the weekend of events. And I really enjoyed myself.
Yes. Yeah.
The Memorial Detroit Memorial Cemetery, they always invite me to be their guest. Bill Andrews is always very supportive, and so thank you, Bill. Thank you. Yes, yes. So what else you have? Anything else going on with you?
Well, yes, lots of things are going on. I am looking for instructors that can teach math and literacy. We're also accepting applications for those who would like to do an intern. So the same thing, you go to mnadetroit.org and express your interest, and then you will be asked for a resume. So get your resumes up to date, and we'll call you within 24, 48 hours.
All right. Well, I have someone that might be interested in teaching. She's a math teacher. That's what she does, and she's my sorority sister. So I'll call her and see what she's doing this summer. Maybe she'll help out.
It's 6 weeks. It's a 6-week program. Actually, it's 5. Well, it's 5 weeks. It's a 5-week program. So they can give us 5 weeks of their time, not for us, but for our youth, because
for
our youth
young
are everything
people.
to us, and we owe it to them to provide them as many opportunities as they can to succeed in life. And definitely, if you're not even thinking about automobile motorsports as a career choice, if as a driver, you can get a lot out of this program. And so we're hoping that parents are able to look at the different things that we'll be doing and then support their youth through our program.
That's right. And speaking of youth, our Wayne County Civic Youth Council, a group of young people that we bring together, 10th through 12th graders all over Wayne County. I'm partnering with our Wayne County clerk, Kathy M. Garrett, and we support youth in civics and in government and having a voice in their community. And if you're interested in signing your young person up for that, we begin our sessions again in August. You can reach out to my office, but they meet monthly. They come up with ideas of how they feel about what can change the world that they live in, and they actually draft their own policy resolution. And this year it happened to be financial literacy. That's what they thought was important to them. The programs that we're talking about today are to help our young people grow, expand their horizon, pull them up, but they can also inform us as adults and as elected officials what can make all of our lives better. And so they came up with financial literacy because they felt that their parents could have been better off if they had known more. And that means that if their parents were better off, then they would have been better off. And so they want to see financial literacy classes starting in the 9th grade, so that they learn about credit, they learn about saving, they learn about a little bit about stocks and bonds,
Banking.
Yes, banking, a checkbook, balancing, bills. All of that is, that's what makes our lives go around, is money. So it would seem that I think they're right. I think they're
absolutely.
Yeah.
And our students in the past, when we asked them what was the most important thing to them moving forward in their career, and it's always the money. And now, so getting the money is one thing, but managing money is the other thing. And I always said, and this is one thing I wish I had done right out of high school, because I wanted to and I was discouraged. But if all else fails, if you can't figure out what you want to become one day, then start with the automotive industry. Because one thing you're going to have is your bills paid, you're going to have a car, you're going to have and you definitely have a place to stay, but you will also begin to save on your 401k. You would also be able to just do things like visit the doctor, or go to the dentist, or get your glasses. I mean, there's so many young people that fall into kind of like a rut in life because these things are taking place, these life events,
That's right.
and then they can't afford to function in society properly because of the lack of money.
That's right.
So,
And you know what? Speaking of that, we had NARAB, National Association of Real Estate Brokers, which is a Black organization. I was there. I was honored to be there to present a resolution on behalf of the Wayne County Commission on the work that they're doing to support Black home ownership. By the way, it has declined back to numbers that are like from 1968. So instead of us being homeowners where wealth is built and legacy is passed on, we're renting. And we got to do something to change that, y'all. We got to, and it starts early. That's why financial literacy is so important. If you don't have your credit right early on in life, it's going to be difficult for you to buy, right?
If you're not making investments.
That's right.
Into stock or real estate or any number of other opportunities out that they're out here. And because you don't know about them, because no one's really talking about it, then you will find yourself disadvantaged when you're 30, 40, 50 years old. And
it's getting more and more difficult, because of the financial instability of our world that we live in right now. So it's even more important to protect your family because, again, we haven't really started our series, but we do have a series that will start really talking about making money make sense, because that's what we have to do, and we have to make it make sense early on so that as you get older, you'll have it together and it all makes sense and it all come together. So we're going to really start digging into that. We talked about protection and one program that's just basically life insurance, making sure you have a savings, 6 to 12 months of savings. We're going to talk about estate planning,
having a trust
and not necessarily a will, and then retirement. All of those things lead to a better, ending for our families, our children, our children's children, right?
Absolutely.
Because we can leave them something behind and not in debt,
And there are a number of people who are passing away. They don't even have anything set up for their family to bury them, and they're 60, 70, 80 years old.
Yeah.
And it's got to stop, and we have to do more about making sure that our young people are educated at a much earlier age, and that that education is repeated until they fully understand it. Because some of these areas are complicated, and we're kind of out of touch with it. I remember when we had it, and I had it maybe at age 15 and maybe in the 10th, 11th grade, and it was so far removed from my understanding.
Right.
And
but
so,
the more you
hear it, the more you talk about
that's
it,
right.
And the more you know.
And that's what our youth want. They want to hear it earlier and have us talk about it earlier so that they're more prepared when they finally have to, do those things, balancing a checkbook, getting credit and managing that credit. So we'll talk about more of those things, but I want to just thank you, Carmen, for coming on today and the program that you guys have, National Motorsports Association, free boot camp for our young people. 8th through 10th grade this summer. Make sure you reach out to her at nmadetroit.org for more information about the summer program. And if you're interested in the youth council, you know how to reach me, the Civic Youth Council, Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick, 313-224-0884. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Monique Baker McCormick, and thank you again, Carmen Carter, for
I will say that
joining
I'm going
us.
to be at the Women's Resource
That's right.
event on Thursday from 9 to 3. I'll be
Okay.
signing young people up for the
Oh,
ingenuity.
great.
Parents, come on out and stop by and see me.
I'm glad
be
you
there.
mentioned that. Yes. So again, that's at Wayne County Community College.
Northwest Campus.
That's right. And I'll be there, of course, because that is the Wayne County Commission Women's Council.
And your district.
And in my district. So you'll see me there as well. And I'm glad you reminded me of that, because that is this coming Thursday from
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
That's right, at Wayne County Community College. Thank you again for joining us, and you all be blessed, and make sure you protect your families and all of the good information. Make sure you share it with your friends and family. Thank you again,
You're welcome.
Ms. Carter.
This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Vanto. Powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest running online community newsletter since 2008.